Today, in this lesson, we are going to explore the concept of dihedral groups, denoted by D sub n, and understand how they describe the symmetries of irregular polygons. Okay, before we go deeper to our lesson, let us be guided by our learning objective. At the end of the lesson, the students will be able to identify the number of rotations and reflections in D sub n and compute the measure of each rotation for the given regular polygon. To begin, recall that a regular polygon is a shape with equal sides and equal angles, such as an equilateral triangle, a square, and regular polygon, and so on. When we talk about symmetry, we refer to a movement or transformation and places the figure exactly on top of itself so that it looks unchanged. In dihedral groups, the symmetries we consider are rotation and reflections. The dihedral group D sub n is defined as the group of all symmetries of a regular polygon with n sides. This means that if a polygon has n sides, D sub n contains every possible rotation and reflection that maps the polygon on itself. These symmetries form a group because they satisfy the group properties, which are closure, associativity, identity, and inverses. When we combine two symmetries, the result is still symmetry of the same polygon. Let us first talk about rotations. For a regular n-sided polygon, there are exactly n rotations. These rotations include the identity rotation, usually denoted by E, which means no movement at all, and rotation by multiples of 360 degrees divided by n. If we let R represent a basic rotation of 360 degrees divided by n degrees, then the set of rotations can be written as E, R, R squared until R raised to n minus 1. Each rotation moves the polygon by the same fixed angle around its center. For example, in a square where n is equal to 4, each rotation measures 360 degrees divided by 4, or 90 degrees. So, the possible rotations are 0 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and 270 degrees. After 360 degrees, the polygon returns to its original position, which is why R raised to n equals the identity element. Next, we consider reflections. In addition to rotation, a regular polygon also has n reflections. A reflection flips the polygon across a line of symmetry. These lines of symmetry pass either through vertices and the center or through the midpoint of opposite sides, depending on whether n is even or odd. For example, a square has 4 lines of symmetry, so it has 4 reflections. Each reflection produces a mirror image of a polygon, but the overall shape remains unchanged. When we combine the rotation and reflections together, we get a total of 2n elements in the dihedral group D sub n. This means that D sub n has order 2n. Half of these elements are rotation and the other half are reflections. For instance, if we consider D sub 3, which represent the symmetries of an equilateral triangle, there are 3 rotations and 3 reflections, giving a total of 6 elements. Similarly to D sub 4, the symmetry group of a square has 4 rotations and 4 reflections, for a total of 8 elements. An important property of the dihedral group is that they are generally non-abelian when n is greater than or equal to 3. This means that the order in which we perform symmetries matter. Performing a rotation followed by a reflection does not always give the same result as performing the reflection first and then the rotation. This non-commutative behavior is one of the key features that makes the dihedral group interesting in abstract algebra. Now, let's talk about the order of elements in a dihedral group. In D sub n, there are two main types of elements, rotations and reflections. The rotation element is usually represented by R. The order of R is n because when a polygon is rotated n times, it returns to its original position. This is written as R raised to n is equal to E, where E is the identity element. On the other hand, the reflection element is represented by F. The order of F is 2 because reflecting a shape twice brings it back to its original position, written as F raised to 2 is equal to E. Now that we understand the order of elements, let's move on to our example. For example, a triangle has 3 sides, so its dihedral group is D sub 3, which has 6 elements. The angle of rotation is 360 degrees divided by 3 or 120 degrees, giving 3 rotations and 3 reflections. A square has 4 sides, so its dihedral group is D sub 4 with 8 elements. Its angle of rotation is 90 degrees, resulting in 4 rotations and 4 reflections. A pentagon has 5 sides, so its dihedral group is D sub 5, which has 10 elements. The angle of rotation is 72 degrees, giving 5 rotations and 5 reflections. In conclusion, understanding the orders of element help us see how rotation and reflection work within the dihedral group. The dihedral group allows us to describe the complete symmetry of regular polygons in a clear and organized way. Okay, to gauge your learning, you can answer the assessment.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.